Elena wasn't expecting anything unusual that morning. The light came in the same way it always did, soft and quiet through the window. The coffee tasted the same. The apartment felt the same. Even the silence was familiar. She had learned to live inside that silence, not fight it, not question it, just accept it. Her phone was on the table, screen down. She had stopped checking it as often as she used to. There was a time when every notification mattered, when every vibration carried a small piece of hope. But that had changed, or at least she thought it had. She reached for her coffee first, wrapping both hands around the cup, letting the warmth settle into her fingers. Then, almost without thinking, she turned the phone over. The screen lit up. One message. No name at first, just the notification. But when she unlocked it, everything slowed down. She read it once, then again. And then a third time, not because she didn't understand the words, but because she couldn't believe how simple they were. Hi, I know it's been a while. That was it. No explanation, no apology, no urgency, just a quiet presence, returning. Elena stared at the screen, her thumb resting just below the message. She didn't open the conversation right away. She already knew what she would find. Old messages, fragments of a different version of herself, a version that used to respond quickly, that used to care too much about timing, about tone, about saying the right thing, a version that waited. She finally tapped the screen. The conversation opened slowly, like a door she wasn't sure she wanted to walk through again. There it was, months of silence. Before that, short conversations. Before that, something that almost felt like connection, but never quite became one. She scrolled a little, stopped, scrolled again. There was no dramatic ending. No clear moment where things had fallen apart, just distance. Gradual, quiet distance, the kind that doesn't break your heart all at once, but teaches it to expect less. Her eyes returned to the new message. Hi, I know it's been a while. It felt strange, not painful, not exciting, just strange. Like seeing a familiar face in a place where it didn't belong anymore. She placed the phone down, not because she didn't want to respond, but because she didn't know if she needed to. Outside the window, a car passed. Someone laughed in the distance. Life was moving like it always did, completely unaware of the small moment unfolding inside her apartment. Eleanor took another sip of her coffee, still warm, still steady, just like everything else in her life had become. She thought about the last time she had waited for a message, how long she had stared at her phone, how many times she had reread old conversations, searching for meaning where there was none. How exhausting it had been to care that much, and how slowly she had learned to let that go, not because she wanted to, but because she had to. Now, sitting there with the message in front of her, she noticed something different. Her heart wasn't racing, her thoughts weren't spiraling. There was no urgency, no pressure, just a quiet awareness. She picked up the phone again. read the message one more time, not because she was unsure, but because she wanted to feel something, anything. But what she felt was calm, and that surprised her more than the message itself. She opened the keyboard, typed a few words, stopped, deleted them, typed again, paused. It wasn't about finding the perfect response. It was about understanding if a response was necessary at all. And for the first time in a long time, Elena realized something simple. Not every message needs an answer. Not every return means something new. And not every past moment deserves a place in the present. She locked the phone, placed it back on the table, and this time she didn't turn it face up. She didn't wait. She didn't wonder. She didn't check. Instead, she leaned back slightly in her chair, letting the light from the window fall across her face. There was something peaceful in that moment, something she hadn't noticed before. The absence of expectation, the quiet strength of not needing anything to happen next. Outside, the day continued. Inside, Elena stayed exactly where she was. Not stuck, not lost, just present. And for the first time in a long time, that was enough.